the Veskari Confederacy prided itself on order. Every fleet movement, every energy conduit, every tactical decision was a symphony of optimized efficiency. They saw humanity, expanding quietly into the galactic fringe, as an undisciplined anomaly. "Your species spreads like an unpruned vine," resonated the projected image of General Borak, his multifaceted eyes regarding the human outpost commander with disdain. His form, a rigid construct of polished ceramite and internal energy conduits, pulsed with barely contained superiority. "Your claim on System Zeta-7 is hereby revoked. Withdraw or be pruned." Commander Eva Rostova, leader of the tiny human contingent on Outpost 7, met his gaze with defiance. Her voice, though calm, carried the weight of her species' stubborn will. "System Zeta-7 is settled. Our people are here to stay, General. We don't respond to threats." Borak's form pulsed brighter, a sign of irritation. "A waste of resources. Your defenses are negligible. Your fleet, primitive. We will not waste further communication. The reclamation fleet will arrive in 3 cycles. Prepare for integration or eradication." The projection flickered out, leaving Rostova and her chief engineer, Sergeant Kalen Rurk, in the tense silence of the command center. "Reclamation fleet," Kalen muttered, checking the outpost's meager energy readings. "That's Veskari for fleet of extreme prejudice." Kalen was a combat engineer, not a diplomat. He understood systems, vulnerabilities, and how to make things fall apart. Their outpost boasted a few standard defense turrets and a handful of light patrol craft. Against a Veskari reclamation fleet, it was a joke. "Their primary strength isn't just numbers, Commander," Kalen explained, pulling up a tactical simulation. "It's the conduit formation. Every ship in their fleet is linked by an energy web. It allows for instantaneous data transfer, power sharing, and unparalleled maneuverability. They move as one." The holographic projection showed Veskari ships moving in perfect, rigid patterns, connected by shimmering lines of light. "It's why they call it the galaxy's most efficient combat doctrine," Rostova added grimly. "No external comms, no vulnerable targeting systems. Everything flows internally. It's supposed to be unbreakable." "Supposed to be," Kalen echoed, a dangerous glint in his eye. "Commander, their greatest strength is also their biggest liability. It's a single, massive, exposed network. And we're going to unplug it." Over the next 3 cycles, while the rest of the outpost braced for the inevitable, Kalen Rurk and his small team worked feverishly. They repurposed the outpost's terraforming drones tiny, agile constructs designed to manipulate planetary atmospheres and geological formations. They weren't combat drones, they were environmental shapers. They're designed to find energy signatures, analyze them, and subtly reroute them for constructive purposes, Kalen explained to a confused Rostova. "We're just changing their purpose, from building mountains to unbuilding fleets." He loaded a new, complex algorithm into their processors. "They'll ignore shields, ignore armor, they'll look for the conduits. And they'll treat that perfect Veskari energy web like a giant, interstellar power strip." The Veskari reclamation fleet emerged from hyperspace precisely on schedule. A monstrous, geometric formation of 30 warships, each linked to the next by the signature conduits of shimmering energy. It was a terrifying sight, a symbol of unyielding order and overwhelming force. General Barak, from the bridge of his flagship, the Iron Will, watched the tiny human outpost. Primitives, your resistance is illogical. Surrender now, and integration will be swift. Commander Rostova's voice, crisp and clear, cut through the Veskari comms. General Barak, we will not surrender, but we offer you a choice. Withdraw your fleet. Now, Barak's multifaceted eyes blinked slowly. You defy the reclamation fleet. Such irrationality. Begin the cleansing. Focus on the central spire of the outpost. Show them the consequence of disorder. As the Veskari ships began to power their main weapons, a swarm of microscopic glints detached from the human outpost. Too small for the Veskari's combat sensors to register as a threat, they were dismissed as space debris, atmospheric interference. These were Kalen's repurposed, terraforming drones. They darted towards the Veskari fleet, seeking out the glowing conduits that linked each ship. On the lead Veskari destroyer, Commandant Zyler barked orders. Maintain formation. Target lock confirmed. Fire, but before his command could be fully executed, a subtle ripple ran through his ship's power grid. Alarms blared. Power fluctuations detected. Energy conduits unstable. Zyler stared at his tactical displays. His ship was suddenly drawing too much power from the adjacent cruiser. Then, it began to lose asterisk power to the battleship behind it. The carefully balanced energy web was collapsing. Across the Veskari fleet, the same bizarre phenomenon was occurring. The conduits, designed for perfect energy transfer, were beginning to spiral inward. Ships that were supposed to be sharing power were now draining each other. Vessels that relied on precise energy injections were overloading. It wasn't an explosion, not a projectile, but a sickening, internal collapse. A destroyer's stern buckled inward as its forward energy coils siphoned too much power from its own rear. A cruiser's bridge section glowed ominously as the ship next to it inadvertently funneled a destabilizing surge into its core. General Barak watched in growing horror from the Iron Will. His perfectly ordered fleet was dissolving into a chaotic, self-destructive mess. His tactical display showed multiple ships breaking formation, not because they were hit, but because their internal systems were tearing themselves apart from impossible energy flows. "What is this?" he resonated, his voice raw with disbelief. "They are not firing. How is this happening?" The conduit formation, his pride and joy, was becoming a conduit for utter pandemonium. The human drones, unseen and utterly misunderstood, were treating the Veskari's perfect network like a single, massive, faulty circuit board. They were simply reversing polarity, twisting flows, and making the efficient network fatally inefficient. Kalen Rourke's voice, calm and even, cut through the Veskari fleet's emergency comms. "General Barak, this is Sergeant Kalen Rourke of the Human Outpost Defense. As you can see, your conduit formation is no longer functional. We have disabled 27 of your 30 vessels without firing a single weapon. Our goal was never to destroy, General, merely to disengage. We offer our medical teams to assist any Veskari crew trapped aboard disabled vessels. Your ships are not exploding. They are simply folded. Consider this a demonstration of human ingenuity. We're not interested in war, but we will protect our homes with methods you cannot comprehend." Borak stared at the human, a species he had deemed primitive. They hadn't fought with brute force. They had fought with an understanding of systems so profound, so utterly unconventional, that it turned his entire fleet's strength into its fatal weakness. They had defeated his mightiest formation by treating it like a tangled garden hose. The Veskari Confederacy, shattered and humiliated, limped home. The galactic rumor mills churned with whispers of the unplugged fleet. It was said that humans didn't build bigger guns. They just found elegant ways to make yours fall apart. General Borak, humbled and bewildered, became a vocal advocate for diplomatic, rather than military, solutions with humanity. He learned that while the Veskari valued order, humans valued a different kind of order. One where the rules could be bent, broken, or simply ignored if it led to an unexpected solution. And that made them the most dangerous and most fascinating species the galaxy had ever encountered. Humanity, the underdogs, had proven that sometimes the most advanced technology is simply a profound understanding of how to make something stop working, elegantly.